What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have been doing these monthly updates for Ember since she was 6 months old. I failed as a mom and didn't document her month-by-month progress until 6 months. But you know what? Life as a first-time mom, life as a mom in general is like a whirlwind, and so I'm just proud that I'm here now showing up and documenting this. She is down for a nap. Ava is coming in to check and see what is going on. But Ember is napping, so I thought that it would be the perfect time to sit down and do her 9-month update. Now, if you have kiddos, I would love for you to comment down below with their ages and how you are doing right now. It is just a crazy time. I know that where we live, it is currently so smoky. So smoky, in fact, that the first day of school, which I know all the teachers and all the kids were so excited for after months and months and months of no school, got canceled because the air quality is so bad. So drop down below how you are doing. I know that right now more than ever people need community. I need community. You guys probably need community. So us moms have to stick together. If you do not follow me over on Instagram, be sure to go follow. That is where I share every single day just the ins and outs of my life and things that I'm doing with my little girl as she is quickly growing. But now for her 9-month update. So I try to track as she's like hitting new milestones just on my phone. Now, I would love to know, do you guys use baby books? Because I was given a baby book while I was pregnant. I was also given a pregnancy book, and I have not documented in those at all. And I'm like, why? Like, I need to. I know I need to, because I love when I go to my mom and dad's house that I look through my baby book. And I thought that was such a cool thing. Like, when Jacob and I started dating, like, that was one of the things that we did one day is we went through my baby book and we saw all of like my first milestones, and I thought that was so fun. So I know that I need to sit down and do hers. Of course I'm making these videos so I can always go back and look at those, but did you do a baby book? Because that also makes me feel like a failure. Sorry about the lighting if it's weird at all. It's literally so like reddish orange outside because of the smoke, so just making do with what I can. But we're gonna dive right in. So if you want to hear all things Ember Ray and 9 months old, just keep on watching. I'm of course always sipping my pre-workout because #momlife. We all need the energy, right? But diving right into Ember, she is 9 months old. Well, she turned 9 months old on the 10th. I'm recording this on the 14th. So we're a little bit late, but what can you do? I'm just trying my best, right? So she is now 27 inches tall, which means she has grown almost a foot in 9 months. No wonder babies have problems sleeping at night, and they are probably in like pain from all their growing as well as their teeth. 27 inches now. When she was born, she was 18 inches long. And she is 18 pounds, 1.5 ounces. So she's still pretty petite. She is in the 40th percentile for most things. So she's just like right about average, I guess. Average is 50 percentile, but that's such a shock for us because like myself, my brother, Jacob, his siblings were always in like the 80 plus percentile. So she's just a petite little gal. 9 months was like a major growth mentally for her. Like she grew, like she started doing so much. So I kind of like documented like as she went from doing thing to thing, and so it's weird to say some of these now because she's like so far past that. But in her 9th month or 8th month, she learned how to go from laying to sitting all by herself. So in our last update, she was like sitting by herself and stuff, and she was pretty like stable. She's like a pro now. So she now can go from laying down to sitting up very easily. She then started army scooting. Like she was like dragging herself with her little elbows. It was the cutest thing. It did not last very long because she started crawling on August 28th. My dad actually had to have open heart surgery and she started crawling while they were away. So that is like a time that I will always remember. Normally my mom babysits her on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it was actually a Thursday that she like just got up and started crawling, and so I'm like, well, good thing my mom didn't watch her because I would have missed that. But she started crawling on August 28th. She got her third tooth. So she had her 2 little bottom ones, and her third one popped through on the 5th. And now it's like fully visible. But you know how like when it starts, it's just like a tiny little rough spot that you can feel? So she has her first top tooth now. She officially started sleeping through the night. Knock on wood, because it has only been happening since August 22nd. And kind of a funny story, kind of a scary story, no judgment, but we had like a parent fail, and every single night we have this little monitor that we use, like I said, she's napping right now, and typically what we will do is we probably use too many monitors. We have the lollipop camera, which I keep in a room because like, I don't know if you can see this right now. She's like in this corner and I can't really see her. So we have another monitor on the other end, which is like our travel monitor. That way I can see from both directions. So no matter what corner she's in, like I can still see her. So we use the lollipop, which was on and running, which was great. And then we have this one, and then she has the owlet. Now that's not like a monitor where we can see her, but it ensures that she's breathing and stuff like that, which I love. So all of those were on, so she was safe. But when I went to get ready for bed, Jacob actually turned this monitor down, like the sound down, because she was putting herself to sleep and he could see her, but she was like tossing and turning and talking. And then we went to bed and I didn't realize the sound was completely off. And so I looked back the next morning, like I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, did she sleep through the night? And I looked back at our lollipop camera and she was actually up a little bit, but never like full-blown screaming to where we heard it. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, like had we had this sound on, we probably would have gotten up and gotten her out of bed. Now that happened on the 21st. Actually, that happened on the 22nd. And so we call that her first night of sleeping through the night, because like she did wake up and she was kind of fussy, but she put herself back to sleep. And we were like, we felt so bad. We were like, oh my gosh, because the sound was off on the monitor, like we didn't go grab her when she woke up, but she was never like full-blown screaming or like, you know, like mad. She was just up and like stirring. And sometimes babies cry in their sleep, I've researched, and it can be like teeth pains or growing pains. And if you go and wake them up, it's actually like waking them up, whereas they were maybe just crying in their sleep, which I totally think she does, because now looking back at it, for months there were times where she would be crying but she was never moving, and we'd always go grab her and I'd feed her and put her back to sleep. And so this whole situation, long story short, happened, and from then on she has slept through the night. For about a week there were like 10 minutes where she'd wake up and like talk to herself, sit up in her bed and just be like talking and stuff, but now she just fully sleeps all through the night, which is so amazing. I will say though, Jacob and I have been staying up later because we're like, well, we aren't gonna have to wake up in the middle of the night, so we should be going to sleep earlier and like getting the most out of this. But she has been sleeping through the night since August 22nd, which is so crazy. I also read that it's normal for breastfed babies to wake up one time a night into their 8th and 9th month. So she was right on track with that. And her pediatrician said like her liver and stuff is all fully developed now to where she doesn't need to be eating at night. So it all kind of just happened, but we definitely went nearly 9 months waking up every single night. So right there with you. We do have a fantastic sleeper, but you know, there's just something about like broken sleep that makes it so different, right? Like, sure, I was still getting the adequate amount of sleep time, but when you like have to wake up, grab the baby, feed the baby, put the baby back to sleep, and then try to get yourself back to sleep, it's just challenging. So that's like our biggest milestone, I feel like. That and crawling, like it's crazy. Also probably the fact that she's crawling, she's just more tired. But we also had our first family trip. We went to Oregon. We went and visited Jacob's side of the family so she could meet her great grandma and some of her great aunts and uncles and cousins, and it was so nice. It was so needed. It was like we didn't do much. We honestly just went to his aunt's house and we basically stayed there the whole time. She's starting to wake up, so I'll go grab her in a minute. But she slept through the night there. First time in her pack and play. And so a couple tips. We used her pack and play. We used the Halo Dream Nest, I think is what it's called. And we got, I'll link things down below in our Amazon faves. We got this little like sleep pod that stretches over her pack and play and it makes it dark. And then we did take a portable sound machine for the car. And then I took her normal Hatch sound machine for while we were there because it's just like a very specific sound, I feel like. And so I don't know if she would have needed that. She slept fantastic. She napped fantastic. She actually learned to sleep in the car. And ever since we've gotten home, like when we go on little car rides to town, which is only like 10-15 minutes, she puts herself to sleep. So it went way better than expected and it made us so excited to plan more trips. Fingers crossed that she's that good on every trip, but it was absolutely needed. After months and months and months of just being home, it was so nice to just get away, even if it was just hanging out at someone else's house. She's still a very, very good eater. She's getting a little bit more picky with like the texture of foods that I give her. I'm still making her food, but she would much rather prefer to just eat what we're eating. So we've kind of been transitioning into allowing her to eat what we're eating, and she just makes a huge mess, which is so hard for me. But I kind of just, you know, you win some, you lose some. And our dogs are quickly learning that she is their best friend because she drops food on the floor for them. I am still nursing her 4 times a day. So when she wakes up around lunchtime, when she wakes up from her afternoon nap, and then right before bed. No more nighttime feedings, of course, because she's sleeping through the night. So that means we are both sleeping a lot better as well. Okay, we can't get through these videos without having to replace the battery or the memory card, apparently. But like I was saying, as soon as we got home from our trip to Oregon, she started standing up in her crib, which probably wasn't the end of the world because she does use a sleep sack. So I've heard that like when they're in a sleep sack, they can't like kick their foot over and jump out. But we did go ahead and drop her crib all the way down. That way we don't have to worry about that. We also started baby proofing because now that she's crawling, she's getting pretty quick. And of course, like any baby, the first thing she goes to is like the outlets or things that she shouldn't be touching. So that's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve for sure. But aside from that, nothing else really changed. I do need to make a play area because right now we're like pulling all her toys out every single day and then putting them all away every single night. So I think I'm actually gonna pull her little baby swing and like pull it apart and then make a corner of our living room just a little play area for her. I don't really know what toys she needs. I feel like she's outgrowing like the little like rattles and things like that, but I don't know, we're getting into some slower months because winter and fall and more indoor time, and now she's like at that busy phase. So if you have any really good, fun little baby activities, please put them in the comments down below because she is on the move. She is very busy. She is so much fun. Honestly, I feel like this last month has been one of the funnest months because now she's like moving and she's like learning how to clap and learning how to wave and learning how to like just talk more. Not really talk. She's still not like speaking, but like just being more vocal and like excited. And like when she's like reaching for us, like when we put our hands out and say like, come here, she like full on reaches and like wants to go to people. She's getting to the point where she's a little bit nervous about some people. When I take her on walks and like she's seen a couple neighbors or just people in general, sometimes if she's in her stroller facing them and she can't see me, she gets like very worked up. And so she's definitely at that phase where she's reaching like the attached to mom and dad moments. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love that she loves me. She doesn't like sleep on us and stuff anymore, and so it's just really nice to feel like she wants to be around us. I will say though, on the day that I took her for her well check on Friday, on the way home. She was so tired, and since our trip she does fall asleep in the car now, and so I got her home and I got her inside and she was sleeping, and I was like, well, like, what do I do? And so I was pulling her out of her chair and I was gonna just go put her in her bed, and then I was like, you know what, I never get to embrace these moments anymore, and so I fully just let her sleep on me. It only lasted 35 minutes and then she wanted to be put in her crib to finish her nap, but you know what, I'm gonna enjoy those 35 minutes because that is what I worked so hard for, to be here, you know, to be a work at home mom. I worked so hard for that and all those little moments. So I pushed pause on the work day and I just embraced those 35 minutes of snuggles that I don't get anymore. So that is my update on little Miss Ember Ray. When she wakes up fully, I will let her say hello. We'll see if she can wave. But it's just so much fun. Like I said, if you don't follow me over on Instagram, it's just at Jade Newton. And I share every single day there what we're doing, mom life, work life, fitness life, and all the things in between, how I make it work in the cracks of mom life. And we have a really good time over there. But I wanted to sit down and get this update done because, you know, time goes by way too quickly. She's already been 9 months old for a week. And if I waited any longer, we'd be at 10 months and soon 1 year, which I'm not okay with. But hopefully you guys are doing okay out there. If you have little kiddos that are about the same age, I would love to hear what they are doing, some of their big milestones that they hit this month. I know every baby is so different, so I always love to see what other babies are doing and what you're doing to entertain them, honestly. Because right now we can't really go to parks. We can't do anything like that. We can't even go on walks because of the air quality. So drop it down below what you're doing to keep your little ones entertained and busy, and I will see you in our next video. Look at that crazy hair. Do we need to do your hair? Hi. Are you on the move? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Can I have a kiss? Hi. We need to do your hair, crazy girl. I thought about doing her hair before letting her say hi, but you know what? We need to remember this crazy hair. Who is that? Can you say hi? Okay, there we go. Her hair is done for the day. Ember. You see that little girl? She just wants the camera, but look how big she's getting. She is seriously so much fun. She's a pretty petite little gal though, like I said. She is currently wearing size 3 overalls and they fit her really well. They're just a little short. They're like high waters. Let's see. We don't put her in like jeans very often because we're just at home, but I had to put these on today because I knew she was gonna grow out of them very quickly. But is there anything cuter than a baby in overalls? Hi. Are you dancing? Watch your head. Dance, dance, dance. Dance, dance, dance. It's a little bit dramatic.
on this farm he had a
llama
with a poop, poop, and a poop. Here a poop, there a poop, everywhere a poop.
We only need the two of us together. 'Cause we got love. 'Cause we got love. You wanna get to me close? Why don't you do it right now? You know we met for a reason, but you trying to deny that we should be together. It's heavy weather we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, 'cause the time is right now. We only need the two of us together.
Do you like that song?
We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. We only need the two of us together. 'Cause we got love.
What are you doing?
'Cause we got love. We only need the two of us together. I need only you in this crazy world. We got love.
Oh, Amber. Don't you know your mom is a clean freak? Say hi. Are you saying bye-bye? Bye-bye. Say see you next time. Bye-bye.